What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. This is for UFC 292, Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley. It is the day before the big pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to it. This is the UFC 292 pre-fight live stream, where basically now we've seen everything that can happen during fight week. We've seen who's missing weight. We've seen the stare downs. We've seen the weigh-ins. We've seen the press conferences, or most of us have. And we can go through some predictions for the card. I can go through my full card predictions again for you guys. There's 2 fights that have been added that I will go through. And we can really just talk about everything possible to do with UFC 292. Now, if you're interested in any of my UFC 292 content that I've done to this point, the link to my UFC 292 playlist is down in the description. Every single video I made regarding UFC 292 in the past 2 weeks is on that playlist, including my full card predictions. But yeah, it's the day before. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like the closer we've gotten to this event, the more excited I have gotten for it. I actually did something I normally don't do. Today I went and I watched the stare downs for the main card. I watched the ceremonial weigh-ins for the main card. I didn't watch it live, but I just saw it come up on my recommendations. I clicked on it, skipped through it a little bit. Really was meaningless to me. I've seen a couple clips from the press conferences. I haven't watched the full press conference. You guys know me. I don't really care too much about the press conferences. But I've seen some clips. I've seen Garry getting a lot of heat. I've seen basically Aljo kind of embracing the hate that he's been getting. And I've seen kind of Sean O'Malley just fall flat. You know, people act like he's a star just because the UFC tells him he is. And I saw him kind of fall flat at the press conference. You know, from the clips I saw. I did not watch this entirety, which is why it's not like I made a video on it or anything. But it all kind of goes back to that kind of segment we did on one of the earlier live streams this week. I think it was the weekly live chat. But guys, do me a favor before we get into anything. If you have not yet liked the stream, like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, we're cruising towards 12,000 subscribers. If you could do me a massive favor, subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get to 20K before the end of the year. And the end of the year is sneaking up. And it's crazy. It's going to be a tough feat, but I think it's possible. So, if you guys have any questions regarding UFC 292 or really anything, throw it in the chat. We can discuss it. What's going on, Fries? What's going on, Vince? What's going on, Evan? What's going on, Mike, Vince, Jungle Mania? I feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I can't sleep. I'm so excited. I wish I was that excited, but I am pretty excited. I'm not like crazy. I'm not like UFC 290, UFC 287 excited, UFC 285 excited, but I'm excited. Blaze One Sports, what's going on, my friend? What's going on? I'm early for once. What's up, Joey? What's up, Vince? Joe, I'm making my picks right now. Derek. Make sure to make your picks. Did you send in your 5? I don't remember. I'm going to go look at the page right now. I think you did, right? Yes, you did. Okay, you did. I have you listed. So right now we have 13 people. And if you're part of the members, you know what I'm talking about. Last chances tonight to join on Discord. So no pressure, but anyone who maybe was thinking about it but hadn't decided yet. We have 13. So if you want to make it 14, you want to make it 15, you want to make it 20. Topology page on Discord. You have to be in the Discord. Are you watching PFL? I'm not. What do you think, Joey, do you think Garry's overrated? No. I don't think anyone thinks he's that great, so I don't think he's overrated. But yeah, I'm going to double check Topology tomorrow afternoon and make sure everyone who's in has made their picks. Because 2 fights were announced this week. So if you made your picks last weekend and haven't changed them since, it could be an issue. Cut Chandler. What's Chandler doing now? Ian Garry was cringe AF. I feel like a lot of people have been saying that. They just don't like that he's talking trash and he has an Irish accent. I don't think he's all that. I mean, a little bit cringe, but like people are acting like, oh, it's so cringy because... Oh, just because he has an Irish accent and he talks. I think the stuff he's been saying has been interesting. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it's okay. But it's crazy. People are just, they love Colby's trash talk, but all of a sudden Ian Garry's cringe. That's just straight up makes no sense to me. Joey, are you hyped for 292? I am. Ian, okay, read that. O'Malley did look suspect at the press conference. He didn't have much of it. Dude, I've been saying this forever. It's clear as day O'Malley has no personality, okay? What's up, Niles? Still my boy. I love Brendan for that tweet. I'm still dying. What an embarrassment. Brendan Allen's... What is up with MMA fighters out there bragging about beating their kids? Bragging about beating their kids. What an embarrassment. And you got other fighters out there co-signing that. You got other parts of the MMA community saying, yeah, these kids need beatings every once in a while and blah, blah, blah. These people are just pieces of shit. To defend that, I don't care if you want to try to twist his words and make it, oh, he's just talking about discipline or this and that. Listen, obviously you can twist around any scenario and make it good or make it bad or make it acceptable, whatever you want to, however you want to twist it. If you are defending in any way, shape, or form people bragging at UFC press conferences about whipping their kids, I think it's an embarrassment. I think it's a referendum on you, you know? So, did O'Malley win? Yeah, he won by KO. I'm so excited for the event. It's my first one. I forgot you're going, Jungle. I forgot you're going, dude. I hope you have a good time. Send some pictures when you get there. Send some pictures. Picking Weidman, Joey? I'm not picking Weidman. We'll go through my full card picks quickly in this stream later on. Thoughts on JDM versus Holland? I don't love it. Don't hate it. Probably going Kevin Holland. Zhang Weili round 2 subs switched. My pick, watch some tape, and I feel like Lemos has sloppy takedowns, and Zhang is great at countering takedowns. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a good chance that Weili Zhang could get the sub. So I think that's a good, decent pick. Wade, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Going right towards my pay-per-view. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for your support. I love how you point out all the BS that Dana spews from time to time. Also, the jokes about Chandler wanting to be in the NBA Finals bathroom. Thank you, Wade. I'm glad you appreciate it, man. I hope you really enjoy when I slip them in. Pause. When I slip them in other conversations about the NBA Finals bathroom and Dana White. That's not what we do here, and breaking stuff out like that. What's up, Skywalker? Garry talking shit is still better than Magny being boring. Exactly, dude. People are always complaining. These fighters have no personality. These same people that are complaining, oh, these fighters have no personalities and they're so boring and they're whoever the UFC wants me to fight next. They're complaining about that. But then all of a sudden, Ian Garry just speaks up a little bit, is actually being somewhat clever in the way that he's talking trash, and everyone's like, oh, he's so cringe. He's so annoying. He's a Conor wannabe just because he has an Irish accent. But I think Ian Garry is a little bit too high on himself. But for the people who love those personalities, I don't get it. What about that? But it is what it is, to each their own. I'm not a fan of the trash talk no matter who's doing it. Weidman will got down in the first. Tavares will TKO. Weidman will got down in the first. Tavares will TKO. We'll see. I think I picked first round TKO as well. I think I picked Tavares TKOing Weidman in the first round. Don't hurt your kids. Fucking 2023. You know what's crazy? I'm waiting for why isn't Holly Holm speaking out on it? She's been a big advocate on it. Why doesn't she speak out against the UFC? I think she should. I've always said I support her. Even though people try to say I don't. She should be speaking out against Neil Magny, speaking out against Brendan Allen. She should be speaking out of these clowns. My thing is, regardless of how you want to twist the way these guys talk, okay? If you want to say, oh, they're talking about like a little smack or a little spank here or there, whatever, you want to twist it around and you want to give it the ideal scenario, right? You want to say the ideal scenario of what they're implying, okay? Here's what I have to say about that. If you're openly at a press conference, okay? If you're openly at a press conference bragging about beating your children, I wonder what goes on behind closed doors. You know, I've said this, this same thought process can be applied to a million different things. I said this about Tony Kelly when he was going off about these dirty effing Brazilians and blah, blah, blah. I said, look, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. But if he's saying that on TV, he knows he's being filmed. He's live on TV. What is he saying behind closed door? So behind closed doors in his own home. So if Neil Magny's out there at a presser bragging about whooping children, Brendan Allen's out there tweeting out about whooping his children, which somebody said, I didn't fact check this. Somebody says he has 2 young daughters. So he's beating his 2 young daughters and he's bragging about it on Twitter. What's really going on behind closed doors? If you're willing to openly brag about that, it's just bizarre to me. It's just bizarre. And then you have simps defending them. Oh yeah, we need more of that in this society. We need more of that. I mean, these people are pussies. These people are pussies, in my opinion. I think Chandler Connor happens in January. We'll see. I think it doesn't happen until 2024 at best. At best. I think O'Malley keeps calling Sterling the GOAT in the build-up because he has a built-in excuse. Yeah, and also it makes his win look better. I think O'Malley thinks he's going to lose. I genuinely think O'Malley thinks he's going to lose. Jungle, make sure you catch a picture of Aljo on all fours. Exactly. What's up, Cosner? Seems Yuri and Alex will co-main 295. Leon Colby will main event 296 in December. We'll see. That's not even remotely close to being confirmed, but maybe. Glad we both woke up this morning, brother. Me too. Me too. Good evening. What's up, Grady? What's going on? Weidman will maul him like a dog. I hope you're right. Holly Holm is still sleeping? Maybe. I think Joey has me banned. Will someone advocate for him to unban me? If you're banned, nobody can see your message, but I can see your message. What else did you send? I said I'm doing good. You said, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing good. Why would I have you banned? My mom whooped my ass a few times for doing dumb shit when I was little, but it wasn't a beating, just a spanking. I never did dumb shit again. I got no problem with disciplining. I mean, you could say what you want. I mean, I don't think you should be beating your kids. Doesn't matter if you got beat as a kid. So I don't think it's right. Again, who knows what he's really implying by it? Who knows what's actually going on? But I'm just saying, I'm not going to come out and defend a guy who's bragging about that. I mean, that's the weirdest shit to brag about. Imagine flexing about beating your young children. That's not a flex I'm willing to co-sign. That's not a flex I'm willing to defend. So, is September 16th going to be the best non-pay-per-view card of the year? Possibly. Possibly. Joey, if Patty Mills starts acting out of line again, are you going to discipline him? What did he do? What was he doing? But there's a fine line between spanking and discipline, and bragging is weird. Yeah, I don't think you should be beating your kids. I mean, you can like maybe smack their hand away, or you know what I mean. But if you're like, I mean, if you're bragging about, I don't know. I just can't. I can't be any clearer on it. Bragging about whooping your kids is an embarrassment. So he's like, yeah, I got to give him a life lesson beating. You know what I mean? If I was Neil Magny's son, I would grow up and I would train in martial arts, right? And I would whoop my dad's ass for passing down that hairline. That's what I would do. That's what I would do, because I'll be damned if I get in trouble at school and then I come home and my dad pushes me up against the fence and dirty boxes me into a 29-28 decision just because I misbehaved at school. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right for Magny to be doing to his son. Imagine, man, you just get in trouble at school a little bit. You forget to turn in an assignment. You do bad on a test. You come home, your dad's Neil Magny, him and his hairline just push you up against the fence and dirty box you to a 29-28 decision. That's really messed up. I know kids spanked who behave terribly and children like my own who behave just fine without it. Yeah, I honestly believe people who beat their kids just don't have the mental capacity to be able to raise their kids and correct them without physical harm. And I'm pretty sure there's countless studies basically, saying, look, this usually doesn't turn out well. It's usually of no benefit. Joey, I swear O'Malley's one of the worst fighters on the mic. O'Malley is so horrible on the mic. Horrible on the mic. Not even remotely interesting. Ian Garry's better on the mic. It sounded like a joke to me, maybe just poor delivery. Yeah, it may have very well been. It may have very well been a joke. But it's just weird. It's just weird. Like that's so strange. That's like, imagine he's like, yeah, when my dog gets to barking too much, I really like to kick it in the ribs. Okay, that's not cool. And then imagine a bunch of fans come out and say, oh, you guys are soft. Who cares about beating animals? So I could never beat my daughter fair enough. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Joey, this is my opinion. It's his kids. If anyone cares that much, call CPS. All he did was make an analogy since he's a newcomer. It's like a kid in the sport. Yeah, maybe we all should call CPS. Maybe we should call CPS. I think we should. Is CPS, is that state to state? I wish Garry said shut your mouth before I flip that hairline back. Dude, I wish Garry would have made fun of the hairline. That'd have been hilarious. Yeah, let's call CPS on Neil Magny. You guys want to get together and everyone do that? Get an investigation out there. Garry will KO Magny. I hope so. I think he worded it weirdly. Doesn't actually beat his child yet. But dude, either way, saying it like that's weird. What did I do? I don't know. I don't know what he was talking about. What's your Magny Garry prediction? I got Garry by decision. I think Garry just outstrikes him to a decision. But maybe he gets a finish. The second Aljo gets on all fours, I'm jumping the cage and smacking Aljo over the head with a steel chair and yelling out, Sean, the soccer kick him. Yeah, you got to have someone distract. You got to have your dad distract the ref first. So, you heard the interviewer ask O'Malley if he would be the GOAT of bantamweight if he beats Sterling. No, I didn't. I did not hear that. I won't lie to you, bro. The beatings from my parents kept me positive, straight path in life. Okay. Bro, somebody clip that. What do we clip him? Thoughts on Dylan Dennis's tweets? I've only seen a little bit of it. It seems like a lot of guys who literally get no women are applauding it. Like, oh, Dylan Dennis is so funny. I mean, I get it. It's kind of, it's kind of a good fuck you to Logan Paul. I think it's Logan Paul, right? I'm pretty sure it's Logan Paul. It's a good fuck you to him, but I just think it's kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Bringing someone who's not even involved, like, you know what I mean? I think most of the people cheerleading that type of behavior, most of them get no women, and they're just like, oh, haha, he's calling out on his wife for dating in the past, and there's pictures of it. You know what I mean? I just think it's a whole bizarre situation. I don't like it. I don't hate it. But I just think it's a little bizarre. I'm a person who doesn't mind people crossing the line a bit to make it interesting. But when you're just a bitch dude who gets beat up by bouncers, who is basically known for being, Conor McGregor's groupie, and you're like, oh, this girl who happens to be famous, so there's pictures with every boyfriend she's ever had, I'm also going to Photoshop some. And then all the internet trolls online who literally get no women are like, oh, this is so funny. This is so... Because what I've found in life, right, I don't think it's ideal for women to go out there and just, get... I don't know how to describe it for a pre-fight stream. But I don't think it's ideal for, any woman to go out there and just have lines of guys, going around the block. But at the end of the day, that's her decision. That's her decision. We don't even know that she did that. Just because she had a few boyfriends doesn't mean she even did that. And then to involve her in something she's not involved in, I think is really petty. And what I've noticed is it's like there's a group of males who get no women, who hate on other women and constantly are like, oh, this girl's a slut, this girl's a whore, this girl, because they're pissed that these men were able to get with her and they weren't able to, because they just sit at home. Just, I don't know what the word for it is. I don't know what the word for it is to say it on a pre-fight live stream that's going to be here forever. But they're just sitting at home, just every day, all day long, because they get no women. So for them, it's funny. Oh, look at this girl. She's a slut. And they're just angry because they could never get with her. You know what I mean? But I think it's mildly interesting. I just think it's petty to bring someone involved in a fight build-up that has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? It'd be like if Dylan Dennis's mom was, I don't know, dying of some illness, and Logan Paul started poking fun at it. That's the equivalent, in my opinion. Just bringing someone who didn't ask to be involved in it, I think is kind of shitty. And I think just it's weird. The one thing I'm going to keep harping on is it's weird for the people, the group of males who are like cheerleading it on, like, oh, this is so funny. This is so hilarious. Oh, he's making fun of his girlfriend, calling her a slut because there's pictures of her on dates in the past, and he's photoshopping some of them. A girl who's not even involved in this whole fight. She's not involved in it. She hasn't said anything. I don't even know who she is. I've never heard of her before. But, yeah. My girlfriend works for CPS in the county we live in. It's state to state. Well, she needs to make some calls to Neil Magny State. So, I also think Dylan Dennis doesn't want to fight at all. I don't think he wants to fight at all. And I think he's trying to go as far across the line as possible because he's hoping to get the fight canceled somehow. That's what he's hoping for, because dude doesn't want to fight. He just wants to cling on to his fame. I wish all the media would ignore him. I wish all the YouTubers would ignore him. He would fade into irrelevancy, and he would have to get a real job, and then he would just fade in even more into irrelevancy, and we'd never hear from him again. But instead, the MMA media just covers him. He's like, oh, we can get clicks from him. I bet Brendan Allen and Tony Kelly are boys behind the scenes. I guarantee. You beat your dog? Absolutely not. But I bet you, I'm saying that would be the equivalent of applauding that. Sean still talks like a 16-year-old trying to fit in and sound cool. That is true. Call on the CPS on Neil Magny right now. I hope you do. Joey, I don't like the pressers, but who's your favorite fighter on the mic? I don't know. I haven't really been watching pressers for like 6 months at all. So, best on the mic? I don't know. Couldn't even tell you. Alan just wanted to fight Garry because he can get to the top himself. But Alan's at middleweight. Imagine you get passed down a terrible hairline, then when you get him, your dad body heading you into a split decision. I don't know what you mean there. The thumbnail is legit, Joey. Great job. Yeah, I made that one myself. I know it's like a copycat of what the UFC's countdown thumbnail looks like, but I made that thumbnail 100% from scratch. You won't find that thumbnail anywhere else on the internet. So I'm glad you like it, man. It's just I kind of stole the design, and I've just been using it for pre-fight thumbnails. So I think it looks pretty good. Dennis posted his girls' Playboy pics. Yeah, he just doesn't want the fight to happen, I think. Is Aljo the most underappreciated champion of all time? Probably. 100%. What will be the robbery of the night be? Please not Sean O'Malley. What's up, Joey? What did you think of Ian Garry's stupidity? I don't know what stupidity he had. Do you think Magny's son will be rooting for Ian Garry? I wish Ian Garry would have said that. Your son's going to be rooting for me. You're going to get a taste of your own medicine on Saturday. If Aljo wins, is Dana going to have a Cody Garbrandt come out with the Money in the Bank? Dude, I wouldn't doubt if Dana doesn't put the belt around him. I find what Dennis is doing is funny, but when dudes are slut-shaming her are weird. I mean, that's what Dennis is doing, so. And you don't even know. I mean, obviously she's dating these guys, I guess. But you don't know what went on. You don't know how long that went on for. The crowd booing Aljo and chanting for O'Malley makes me question average IQ among MMA fans. It's petty, but at the same time, everyone's talking about it. Not everyone. I agree, Joey, 100%. Dennis will not show up just like KSI. He's attention whore, social media guy. Yeah, that's exactly. He's attention whore, exactly. Dylan Dennis is only relevant because of Conor. Yeah. If you're talking about other people's girlfriends and women, I think you're a loser, plain and simple. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. It's just weird bringing somebody in. Like, if she chimed in online and then he went after her, fair play. But to just single her out of nowhere is kind of weird. Patty, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Negative 300. Dana won't put the belt around Sterling. That is probably accurate, dude. That is accurate. I would say that is probably accurate, dude. Did you see Aiden Ross stream with Aljo and Sugar? I seen people talking about it online. I did not see it. Should I put money on Magny pulling off the upset? No. I think Neil Magny wins tomorrow. My buddy Triangle via his hairline. We'll see. Chill, Joey, before Jerry steals your thumbnail. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny if Aljo just dominates Sean O'Malley and finishes him? And Dana's just pissed and just storms away. Storms out. Says, yeah, I had something going on. Something going on behind backstage. There was something going on backstage, boys. Something going on backstage. Had to deal with that instead. Had to deal with that instead. Oh, you liked it? The Ian Garry stuff? I barely saw any of it. But I agree with Ian Garry for calling him out for bragging about beating your children. So, I think people were overreacting. I didn't see the whole thing. I haven't watched the press conference. All I saw was a couple clips, and I thought it was interesting. Mildly interesting. I'm not entertained by that type of stuff, though. Joey the GOAT, thank you. Thank you again, Patty, for the 199 super. Same thing happened when Conor talked about Khabib's wife being a towel. Guess this runs in that team. Yeah, and the MMA media didn't say shit. Conor made fun of Khabib's dad passing away. MMA media didn't cover that. They just laughed it up. Oh, Conor's so funny. He. Think about how shitty that is. And oh, well, he paid respects afterwards. He literally made fun of him for dying. He made fun of his parent for dying. Conor did that. I mean, how does that not lose you every fan? Like, I don't care who you are. To make fun of someone for their parent passing away is really fucked up. And you know, when I think back at that now, I'm like, you know what? I don't care so much that Conor snapped his leg. Because that's as low as you can go. And I don't get offended by anything. But to come out and be like, oh, you know, basically poke fun at somebody who had their literal father pass away recently. The more I think about it, the more I hope he snaps his leg again now. And that's really petty. I don't like I can't wish injury or death on anyone. So I probably really don't mean that. But it's like, when you think about that, how can you stoop so low? I don't care if you're drunk. I don't care if you're on coke. I don't care about even anything else he said, you know. But to do that and then to not really get called out or checked for it. Like, Dana should have came out and said something. Like, this is unacceptable. We're not, you know what I mean? They have a code of conduct, but they don't care. They don't care. But I think that's pretty shitty. I think that's pretty shitty to be like, it was like Khabib tweeted out, good always triumphs over evil. And Conor responded and says, does that mean COVID's good and your dad was evil? And I really think that was just really shitty. Like, really, really shitty. I don't see how you can get it more shittier than that, you know? For those of you who don't know what Conor did years ago. I think that's a real piece of shit move. Garry will KO Magny in the first. Magny slow. We'll see. I watch Kraus live a lot. He mentions you often. Who's Kraus? Hike Ergy 16. Who's Kraus? I've never heard of it. You're going to have to fill me in. Dana's going to leave and say he had a quick Happy Dad meetup. Okay. Yeah, that's true. You should watch the Aiden stream. Sugar sounded great with the smack data. I'm not watching that. The dude's a clown. James Krause doesn't have a YouTube channel anymore. So he must be talking about someone else. Must be another YouTube channel or something. Does James Krause have a YouTube channel? What are you talking about? You're just making up shit now. You're just making up shit. I don't believe you. He went after his religion as well. Pretty lame. Yeah, but that's still not as bad as, oh, your dad, you know? Joey, it's sad that Conor hasn't fought in 2.5 years, and yet all the MMA media cares about is Conor McGregor. Yeah. Never watched Aiden stream. He asked, so who do you guys think is going to win? Yeah, I don't even know who Aiden Ross is, really, outside of he's some type of influencer. I don't even know who he is. You guys don't realize, I don't watch any TV. I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube outside of, like, travel videos that have nothing to do with MMA, have nothing to do with, like, I hate, like, pop culture bullshit. So people think, oh, he knows this, he knows about that, he watches this, he lies about watching that. I don't have time to watch it. I don't have time to listen to it. I don't have time to even care who these people are. I have no idea. Outside of knowing these people are influencers, I don't know who these people are. Never heard of them, really. Where are we at? I'm not watching the Aiden stream. Cocaine did a number on him. That's true. People got over that, but mad at Izzy about the African thing. People have been making fun of nationality lineages forever. MMA fans care more about when Ali does a crypto scam on Khabib's page than when Conor makes fun of Khabib's dad who did nothing for dying. I know. 100%. James Lynch. Okay, yeah. Yeah, me and James are buddies. I was like, no way you're talking about Krause. Krause is about to head to prison, according to Dana. It's crazy we're not that far from 2024, and it'll be 8 years since Conor's last lightweight win. I know, bro. That's crazy. Conor at the Joshua Helenius fight got sweat on his hand and wiped it on a spectator randomly. Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. The stream was so shitty, don't watch it. I don't plan on it. Never watched an Aiden stream, he asked. So who do you guys think is going to win the fight? Who gives an F about him? Joey Drekus says he is healed and ready to train via his Facebook. I saw it on his Instagram. I saw somebody post that, his Instagram post. Cool. If you go anywhere for vacation, where would you go, like top 3? If I could go somewhere right now, probably go to Sweden. Joey, an old head at the end of the day. I don't even know what you mean, but sure. Some dude offered me a blunt today at work in the drive-thru. That's awfully bizarre. It's the fighting game. Why y'all crying about what somebody said? All right. 2 cucks on stage and not one mention of it. I don't know what you mean, but all right. Hamzat possibly will steal DDP's title shot. I made a whole video about it. Out on the channel right now. Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis may never happen. Go watch it. It's on the channel. My most recently released video. If you guys care to watch. If you guys care to watch it all. I watched 5 minutes of the Aiden stream, and it was the worst interview I've seen in a hot minute. Aljo looked like he wanted to leave ASAP. Doesn't surprise me, dude. Dana's just leaning into these influencer personalities, like, and they don't even give a fuck about the sport. He's just like, oh, they have a young audience. Let's prey on this young audience, and let's hopefully they can. Hopefully they'll watch the sport afterwards. Let's get the Nelk boys, and let's get damn it, I forgot the girl's name. Let's get her to do interviews, and oh, she'll be quirky and interview Sean Strickland. It's going to be so cool. And it's just, who watches this shit? Who's like, I don't know who enjoys this. Who's like watching this and enjoying it? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. All day was getting ready for the fights tonight, and they are tomorrow. What do you mean you were getting ready? You were like, dry cleaning your Venom gear? Joe, are you against Sweden? No. Who's better striker, Gracie or Juliana Pena? I don't know. Not Juliana Pena. Who does DDP beat Chimaev? No. I think DDP gets mauled by Chimaev badly. Sterling in 2 rounds, I agree with you. We're going to go through full card predictions in a little bit. It was horrible. Have you met any fighters in your lifetime? Yes. Yes. I met Chris Weidman before. And I met Cowboy Cerrone before. And I'm trying to think who else. I think that's it. Kind of it. I've seen a couple fighters like really close when I was at an event. I think I saw Israel Adesanya walk right by us when I was at 244. Ian is my new favorite fighter to root against. I'm rooting for him. Isn't what Nelk Boy is? What about him? I don't know all that much about him other than they're like a YouTube channel. F the Nelk Boys. Okay. Can't wait for the fights, though, man. Starting to hate these build-ups. They're so corny. I know. The build-ups are so corny, dude. I'm with you 150%. I'm with you. They're just getting cornier and cornier. Dana thinks the end-all, be-all is literally YouTube influencers now. He thinks the end-all, be-all to every fight build-up. Like, that's his definition of promotion now. Dana White's definition of promotion is finding young YouTube influencers to promote his fights. He's like, oh, Nelk Boys did a video on the UFC today? My job's done here. My job's done here. Oh, well, you don't like it? That's his wife telling him that the influencer isn't a good idea. Did you like that Ian was pushing back on Magny's child beating comments? I only saw clips, but yeah, I think he should. Makes it at least mildly interesting. Getting a title shot off Acosta number 7 over second champion Whitaker is messed up. Yeah, it is. but that's the way the UFC rolls. I mean, Strickland's getting a title shot with a win over an unranked guy. Watch it be because it's cheaper for these YouTubers to do it somehow rather than the UFC? Probably. Dana could pay the Nelk boys, but not the fighters exactly. He does. Oh, he's paying them good money. He's paying them good money. Why do you think they're doing it? They're not doing that for free. They're not doing it for free at all. At all. But yeah, that's just the way Dana is now. That's why he pays all those influencers to go to his Power Slap as well. If you don't watch every countdown, every embedded, every influencer interview, and don't wear Venom gear, you're a casual straight up. Well, let's say I'm a casual. I absolutely despise Dana for ever letting those influencer clowns in the sport. I miss the Spike days. Yeah, dude, it's gone downhill over the last like 3 years. Really, the last 3 years has gotten worse and worse. Nut Boys just dropped a pod with Sean. Why do you think that is? Guarantee they got paid to do that. It's weird seeing influencers like Aiden Ross do interviews with fighters, especially when they're just doing the interview and they're boxers. What does this sport become? An embarrassment. Who do you got? Edwards and Covington. I probably got Edwards, but I might go Covington, honestly. And the reason this is even a possibility is because the MMA media sucks ass. So it's not even any worse than the typical media there is. So Dana's paying these guys. Dana's paying these guys to help promote the cards. What time? Okay, that's weird. Why is the UFC's website not working? Somebody try to go to the UFC's website and let me know if it works for you. Looks like the prelims come on at 6:30 tomorrow. 6:30 tomorrow? Somebody go to the UFC's website and tell me if it loads for you. If Bilal did a viral TikTok dance, he would leapfrog Covington. Hell yeah, he would. He ought to start promoting Power Slap on his Twitter. I bet you he'd get it. How does Chimaev do at light heavyweight? Bad. Be too small. If Costa beat Chimaev, very bad. Should he fight Izzy next? No. Should be DDP. COVID and UFC get more attention, made them rush to sign a bunch of absolute shit fighters. Seems like it. I'm one of the top comments on the last UFC IG post, backing up Aljo. Congratulations, Lil. Joe, are you going to UFC 295 Madison Square Garden? Probably not. Joe, what's the update on your feud with Bloody Elbow? I'm in the process of attempting to purchase them. I'm trying to squirrel away $75, and then I'm going to own the website. Ever since WME bought UFC, they show cringe celebrities in the audience all the time. They've always done that, to be honest. But maybe have they ramped it up? Maybe. I haven't been paying as close attention. So maybe I've missed it. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Dude, what's his name? Ari Emanuel did an interview recently where he said basically, had the UFC not gone during COVID, that the whole company would have went under. So people were saying Dana was talking about how courageous he was. It was a necessity, otherwise the business was going to go out of business, which is crazy to me. I thought that was interesting. I should have done a video about that, but never had time. Dana about to pay Andrew Tate a fat stack to interview Izzy next. He's another influencer, right? So funny that Musk said if they do a fight, the UFC would not be involved. I doubt they ever do a fight anyway, but yeah, that is hilarious. You know Dana probably hates him for that. Dana's like, yeah, we're calling the Coliseum and we're going to Rome and we don't like gimmick fights. It's not what we do here, but we're gonna have two CEOs fight each other in Rome, and he's just full of shit, dude. He just wants the attention. Dana White's propaganda is just horrible, and people buy that shit up. Who's your top 5 all time? Dude, I have no idea. It's too hard. It's GSP, Anderson, Aldo, and I don't know who else. There's so many guys. It's got to be exhausting being negative all the time. Yeah, I guess it does. You probably know, wouldn't you? You probably know. Does O'Malley realistically have a chance? Yes, of course he does. He can knock him out. He can catch him with a knee on the way in, catch him with a front kick. Joe, would you stay with your wife if she bought you an Elon? No, I'd immediately treat her like we were in a club in Mexico at 53 years old, times 10. If she bought me a Must Zuck shirt. And, yeah. I'd treat her like I was in a club in Mexico at 53 years old, times 10. Your top 5 is Jones, GSP, Silva, DJ, and Habib. Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I just hate doing top 5s and, who's top 5 of this and this person in every division. It's like, geez Louise, how am I supposed to come up with all that? You think Chris Weidman will break his leg again? I hope not. But it's possible. There used to be a tight end for the Ravens back in the day, and he broke his hip and was out for the whole season. He came back and broke his hip again. And apparently it was the 3rd time he broke his hip in his entire career overall. So he broke it 2 years in a row. So it's always possible to re-break. My top 5s aren't who I think it is. Just the best favorite to watch. Fair enough. No Mighty Mouse. How do you feel about top 10s? No, I hate them. Sean O'Malley got his entire personality from Cody Garbrandt. Sean O'Malley's entire personality is like, yeah, I smoke weed. Yeah. I'm rich. I got tattoos. I'm rich. I got tattoos and I smoke weed. And I look like Ronald McDonald. I dye my hair. So, Joe, what would you do if you went to the barber and they messed up and gave you the Neil Magny hairline? That's what happens to me every time I go. Are those Must Suck shirts proceeds going to charity? Not that I know of. For as outspoken as O'Malley is, he seems so lost on the mic at the press conference. All his outgoingness wasn't there. He's always like that. I think Sean O'Malley's one of the worst UFC fighters on the mic. Period. I can't stand O'Malley. Fair enough. Joey, if at the MMA Joey meetup I wore marijuana socks, will you treat me like we were at the club in Mexico? Yes. And you're going to have to use your jiu-jitsu on me, so you're going to have a grown man in between your legs. And that's when you're best, so. Also, O'Malley was on the damn near every thumbnail for the weekend bet. It's sickening. Doesn't surprise me. Those Must Zuck shirts proceeds are going directly to a new boat. Probably. All right, let's go through full card picks real quick. Let's go through full card picks again. I have a full card prediction video, so we're just going to briefly go through picks here, and I'm going to give a quick predictions for the 2 that I have not yet done. Well, I've kind of only done one of them. I've already done one of them, but let's go through them real quick. Okay. Really quickly. We got 13 fights now, apparently. Marina Moroz versus Karine Silva. They fought way back when. Karine Silva has improved vastly. Marina Moroz's striking is technical, but not great. I think Karine Silva is far more athletic, far more explosive, more powerful, and I think her jiu-jitsu is better as well. It's improved massively. I'm going Karine Silva, 2nd round submission. Andrea Lee versus Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva is so good. I could see her getting out-grappled to a decision by Andrea Lee, but I think Natalia Silva is too athletic for that. I'm going Natalia Silva, 2nd round KO. Has nasty striking, nasty power, nasty finishing ability. Have to pick her via 2nd round KO. Moving up on the card, Gerald Meerschaert versus Andre Petroski. Gerald Meerschaert, if he can't get the sub, he can't get it done. His striking is slow and labored. Andre Petroski, I think super strong, good defensive grappling, good offensive grappling. Younger by almost 4 years. I think he gets it done. I think Gerald Meerschaert has no chin anymore. I think he's showing up for a paycheck. I'm going Petroski 1st round KO. I think his hands are significantly better than Gerald Meerschaert's, and I think he KOs him in the 1st round. Okay, fight I did not do yet. Cody Gibson versus Brad Katona. Brad Katona, I thought he arguably lost to Timur Valiev. I watched this fight earlier today. He's just kind of like a clinchy wrestler, overall well-rounded, decently well-rounded guy, former Ultimate Fighter winner. He might win it again. Cody Gibson, 35, almost 36 years old. He looked okay on the Ultimate Fighter. I think he got a submission finish in his last fight, if I'm not mistaken, on the Ultimate Fighter. But against the competition is not good. Unfortunately, I think Brad Katona is a little bit more athletic. I think probably the better grappler. And I just think Cody Gibson's just old. He's 36 years old. 36 years old at 135 doesn't bode well versus Brad Katona's 31 years old. So I'm going Brad Katona via decision. I think it's going to be an ugly fight. I think it'll be a close first round, but I think then Brad Katona will start coming out ahead. I think he lost to Timur Valiev, though. I mean, it was debatable, but I thought he lost to Timur Valiev. I thought he landed the better shots. Timur did. So he shouldn't even be in this finale. But I think he's going to be the first two-time Ultimate Fighter winner. I'm going Brad Katona via ugly decision. All right, moving up on the card. The other Ultimate Fighter, Kurt Hoolyball, I think is how you pronounce it, versus Austin Hubbard. Kurt Hoolyball, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't remember how to pronounce it. I don't care how to pronounce it. I mean, these are just wasteful fights. I don't care about it. He's 36 years old. 36 years old to 31. I think Hubbard can out-wrestle him. Hoolyball has to just look to strike and look to pressure and throw volume. I think Hubbard can just kick him, move. I don't know what happened there. Apparently we had a disconnection. Anyway, I should be back now. Multi-billion-dollar company stream keeps messing up. Yeah, exactly. Anywho, moving up on the card, Gregory Rodriguez versus Dennis Tulalulin. I think Gregory Rodriguez, too big, too powerful, has way better grappling. Tulalulin just basically has decent technical striking, good elbows in the clinch, but he's 35 years old. I'm going Gregory Rodriguez second round TKO. Chris Weidman, Brad Tavares. I can't pick Weidman. Weidman was on the downslope before he even returned. He now snapped his leg and sat out for 2.5 years. He's returned against Brad Tavares, who's been very active, has decent defensive wrestling. If Chris Weidman wants to win this, he just has to out-wrestle him for 3 rounds. I think Chris Weidman's going to get KO'd in the first. I don't trust Weidman to get it done. Old, been out for a while, ring rust, primarily a grappler. Brad Tavares is good at stuffing the takedowns. Brad Tavares just 2 fights ago had an absolute war with Dricus du Plessis. I don't think Weidman's going to go out there and be able to be gritty enough, be prepared enough, coming off a 2.5-year layoff with a broken leg to beat Brad Tavares. I'm going Brad Tavares first round KO. I'm sorry to say it. All right, main card. Marlon Vera versus Pedro Munhoz. I think Marlon Vera has more variety of attacks. I think it's going to be a leg kick battle. I think it's going to be a close, competitive fight. But I think Marlon Vera, just more powerful, a little bit rangier. Overall, you look at his reach, it's a 5.5-inch reach advantage for Marlon Vera. He's 6 years younger. He's 2 inches taller. But Marlon Vera only loses when he gets out-grappled. Pedro Munhoz is a really good striker. He's underrated. He's coming off a win over Chris Gutierrez. I think Marlon Vera beats him to a decision. I think it's going to be a 29-28 decision. I think Marlon Vera gets it done. Just too much variety of attack with the hands, with the kicks, sweet chin music, where Pedro Munhoz just likes throwing leg kicks and just kind of using his hands to close the distance. Too short, has literally the body type of basically a flyweight, fighting at bantamweight against a guy who has unlimited stamina in Marlon Vera, who has, nasty power, nasty chin. I think Marlon Vera gets it done via decision. Moving up on the card, Mario Batista versus Damon Blackshear. Great fight. 2 guys who are both very well-rounded. I would consider them both maybe primarily grapplers. Mario Batista, 4-fight winning streak. Damon Blackshear, 2-fight winning streak. Both relatively young, 30 years old for Batista, 29 years old for Blackshear. Blackshear coming off a twister win last week. I think really what this fight comes down to is I like Mario Batista striking a little bit more. I like his grappling a little bit more. But even if it's all dead even, Damon Blackshear has to do a 7-day turnaround, 2 weight cuts to 135. Don't like that at all. Think he's going to be diminished. And I think Mario Batista could finish him. But I'm going to go Mario Batista via decision. Damon Blackshear had a close fight with Farid Basharat. And he almost had a triangle at the end of the 3rd round in that fight. Farid Basharat, I'm high on him. I think Blackshear will be able to avoid the grappling dominance of Batista, who really likes to mix in his grappling, get to controlling positions and look for submissions. But I think Batista's really good on the feet as well. Even Jose Johnson was landing some good shots on Damon Blackshear on the feet. So I think Batista will put it all together, land the better shots, mix in the takedowns. I think we'll see a lot of great scrambles. But I think ultimately Blackshear will kind of start to fade because of the back-to-back weight cuts. I'm going Mario Batista via decision. Moving up on the card, Neil Magny in his hairline versus Ian Machado Garry. I'm going Ian Machado Garry. I think he's a better striker, more technical guy. Neil Magny's going to try to clinch up with him. Neil Magny's, his training camps are basically beating his children and clinching them up and 29, 28 in them in training camp. Ian Garry's going to be bigger, stronger, taller, longer than any of Neil Magny's kids. So I think Ian Garry just outstrikes him, is able to work his way out of the clinch positions up against the fence. Leg kicks at range, teep kicks at range, lands good straight shots as Neil Magny in his hairline tries to move in. And I think Neil Magny gets beaten a solid 30-27 decision. That's what I'm going with, boys. 30-27 decision for Ian Machado Garry. Co-main event, Weili Zhang versus Amanda Lemos for the UFC strawweight title. Have to go Weili Zhang. Her grappling is improving leaps and bounds over the past, few years. Her kickboxing is unbelievable. Her athleticism, her scrambling, her kicks, her just overall game, her submission game in general, everything has looked so good. Where Amanda Lemos, much older and also just relies on her power, has good jiu-jitsu. I think Weili Zhang is just going to go out there and beat her up pretty badly, outstrike her. I'm going Weili Zhang second round TKO. Main event, Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley. Grappler versus striker. Sean O'Malley has one win against a fighter who's still in the UFC roster, and it's a brutal robbery against Pedro Munhoz. I just think Sean O'Malley's out of his element here. I don't think he can stuff the takedowns of Aljamain, and when O'Malley tries to get up, he did it against Petr Yan many of times. When he tries to get up, he gives up his back against the fence every single time. If he does it against Aljo, it's over. So I think Aljo gets a first round rear naked choke, but I could see Aljo pounding him out in the first round. I think Aljo closes the distance immediately, gets a hold of O'Malley. O'Malley's going to be limited in what he can throw in this fight because he throws too many kicks. Aljo's going to catch it and take him down. I think Aljo gets it done in this fight. I think the grappling's too much. 10 months wasn't long enough for O'Malley to improve his grappling. Aljo's training with Merab every single day. So I know it's kind of in O'Malley's favor because of the quick turnaround. But I also don't know, what does Sean O'Malley's 5-round cardio look like? Because if he doesn't win in the first 2 rounds, even if he's able to outstrike Aljo and fend off the takedowns for the first 2 rounds, you think he can do that for 5 rounds? You think he can defend takedowns for 5 rounds? I don't think he can. So even if Aljo has to win by decision, win in rounds 3, 4, and 5, I think he could. But I think ultimately Aljo finishes him in the first 2. I think he drags him to the ground, beats him up badly, finds a rear naked choke. Maybe gets the TKO instead. He's been saying that. I seen him say that, and there was a clip of him saying first round TKO. I could see him totally getting into full mount and just pounding him out. Pause. But I'm going Aljo first round rear naked choke. I think he's going to dirt him like he did Corey Sandhagen. I don't think the jiu-jitsu, I don't think the takedown defense is enough for Sean O'Malley over the past 10 months to be able to defend those takedowns. I think Aljo gets it done. First round rear naked choke. There is my full card prediction, boys. I already went over that in I have a whole entire video on it. You can check out the playlist. The link is in the description. If you want more information and detail on every single one of those fights, minus 2 of them basically that weren't announced when I did those videos. But yeah, let me know what is your official prediction for the main event? Let me know in the chat. Everyone put their prediction for the main event in the chat right now. I want the fighter you're picking, the round, and the method. Let me know in the chat, boys. Who are you picking? Cheeto always does damage, doesn't show much damage himself. If Pedro tries to wrestle, I think Cheeto will be the first to sub him. We'll see. You're going Aljo first round rear naked choke. I think O'Malley finds a KO in the first. I think Sterling will be overconfident and that he will get caught. I don't think he's going to be overconfident. Aljo wins by a close decision. What do you think the narrative will be if Aljo beats Sean? That Sean was always a bum, which is kind of true. Aljo first round illegal knee. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Sean barely makes it this second round, takes a lot of punishment in the first and taps in the second rear naked choke. I thought about making that pick too, because maybe O'Malley's really using his footwork early and staying off the fence, and then gets taken down for like the second half of the first round, but isn't able to get finished there, but takes some damage, and then the second round it's over. I thought about making that pick as well. I think O'Malley would try to keep distance and abuse the body, but Aljo might get behind him, come on his back, and finish him off like that. O'Malley can't turn around while Aljo's coming. Yeah, that's for sure. He's going to pressure him, impose his will on him. Get his back. Just take his back without even asking. And just pound him over and over and over again. Second round Sterling sub. I will be live for the fights tomorrow, guys. So join me tomorrow live for the fights. O'Malley wins by DQ. O'Malley third round KO, and I got 5 on it. Is that really what you're picking now, Andy? Marlon Vera decision, Mario Batista decision, Garry first round TKO, Zhang second round sub, Aljo second round sub. That's for sure, Derek. I mean, O'Malley's just not the best. He's just not the best when a guy's just imposing his will and just pounding him out from the back. He's not going to be able to deal with the pain and agony and suffering. When he's got another grown man just on his back, just pounding him and choking him. Now, for real, I think Aljo's going to F him up with the grappling in the first and rear naked choke in the second. Fair enough. Nate Brown with the 1 gifted membership. Thank you, my friend. Kudos was gifted a membership. I don't even know if I've seen Kudos in here before. But congratulations, my friend. Audio is dying? What do you mean audio is dying? What is going on here? Everyone looks good. Everything looks good on my OBS. That's crazy. Everything all right? Unbelievable. Yeah, it says stream health is poor. I don't know what the hell that means. Everything looks good on my OBS. Let me just try to refresh this. How does it sound now? I just refreshed it. Stream's good for me? Okay. I don't know what happened then. YouTube always has some glitches. OBS has some glitches. It's annoying. This reminds me of ESPN last week. It's pretty good. Appreciate you. If the audio cut out at all for you guys, send a $10 super chat. We'll be able to figure this thing out. Audio seems okay. I had a little lag not long ago. Yeah, something popped up on my screen too. That's why I thought. But now it says everything's good. The video is good. The audio is just in and out. Well, it's good now. It's in and out, and it's good. Larissa Pachito got a first round TKO. I have a great router. I have gigabit speed, dude. I don't know why. I don't have a wired connection. I don't know why. It seems like it's OBS. I have to test it with StreamYard. I still pay for StreamYard, unfortunately. I'm thinking Aljo Zhang parlay thoughts makes perfect sense. I think you got it. I would go Aljo Zhang and Garry. Easy work. Easy work. If your audio is still messed up, just turn off the stream and turn it back on. Got a 14-second KO. Her opponent was awful. Yeah, somebody just posted it in the Discord. I'll go take a look at it real quick. This is ugly quality. All right, I'm watching it. Her opponent literally looks like a bum. Yeah, her opponent got hit with 1 shot and quit. Her opponent literally got hit with 1 shot. That was it. None of the even follow-up shots landed. She just quit. She showed up for a paycheck. Somebody investigate her. Somebody investigate her. What's up, man? Still got to make my picks. You better make them picks. You better make those picks, buddy boy. It locks in 19 hours. 19 hours till the fights. When is Sean O'Malley fighting? 24 hours from now. 24 hours from now. Dude, she got hit with 1 shot and she just melted. She's a bum and missed weight too. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. If anybody's watching right now who's not subbed to the channel, sub to the channel. We're trying to get to 12,000 subs, all right? We're trying to get to 12,000 subs ASAP. ASAP. We're at 11,326. So, we've been in a lull in action. We've been in a lull in action. So, if you guys could subscribe. Dude, fix your audio. Close the app and reopen it. The audio should be fine. Let me go listen. Sit right here. Yeah, my audio is fine. Somebody type in the chat. Tell them to close their app and reopen it. Just sub, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what we got. 11,328 now, boys. I just exited and re-entered the stream, and now it's fine. Yeah, it's like a YouTube glitch. It's a YouTube glitch that happens for whatever reason. I don't know why. It annoys the piss out of me because it hurts the streams. It hurts the streams. And when you re-enter with a better attitude, okay? I don't know why YouTube does that. It's annoying as hell. Because look, we went from 95 people to now we somehow have 45. It says, or at least it's frozen at 45 right now. Had to do the same thing. It was lagging. Now it's back to 66, so... Do you think Curtis will pull out against Luffy? He already did. He's out of the fight. He is out of the fight. You think Jan won that fight? 100%. Jan got brutally robbed against Sean O'Malley. Disgusting. All my picks are the same except for the tough fights and O'Malley. So you picked the opposite on me on both tough fights? Joe, do you think Aljo Sean will end up being controversial like Aljo's last 4 fights? Probably somehow. Somehow, some way. Joey, is Piotr Jan overrated? No. John Jones is PFL cornering a teammate. That's interesting. JDM or Holland? I'm going Holland. I think JDM's massively overrated. But he doesn't have to worry about the grappling threat. So there's a chance. There's a good chance that maybe not. Maybe everything will be all right. Maybe he'll be able to go finish Holland. Possible. You weren't built for battle. Sean all the way. Who won so far? Sean O'Malley's just dominating Aljamain right now. Bro, I remember watching O'Malley versus Jan decision, and you're right when I saw it. I joined your live stream. Your reaction was priceless. Such a robber. I don't even... People always bring that reaction up. I got to go look. I bet you the analytics on that stream, I bet you there's a massive spike during that decision. Let me go take a look. That was a brutal robbery. I couldn't believe... I never even thought, like, going into the decision it was even possible. It was UFC 280 watch along. Yup. Yep. Here it is, a massive spike. There's actually a bigger spike for the Islam finish. That's funny, though. My graph is like, okay, kind of low, and then massive spike. Kind of low, raising. Massive spike for the main. I'm trying to play it real quick. I'm not going to listen to it, but yeah. Apparently I guess people just said, let me go see that reaction to that. Let me go see a reaction to that. Same with the Jarrett Gordon Patty decision. Dude, both of those fights were bad robberies. Split decision? I know, I remember I said that. Like, really high pitched, too. I was pissed. So, I hope there's a robbery here so he can have a funny reaction. Because that shit actually pisses me off. Aspinall accepted Jan's challenge. Of course he's going to. That's an easy win. Patty doesn't seem to belong. He doesn't. Is JDM versus Holland happening? Yes, it's 100% official. You think Brian Battle will call out Ian Garry for the third time after he smokes Fletcher? Probably. Probably. Lenny, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you, my friend. What percentage would you put for Chito Vera to win? I'm pretty confident. He could lose, but I'm pretty confident. I would say 70% Chito Vera. I'm like 70% Chito wins. If he doesn't win, it means he's stuck in neutral the whole fight. But if he goes out there and fights the way he should, he'll win the fight. Got the reach advantage, got the speed advantage, got the youth advantage. Doesn't absorb a whole lot of damage even when shots hit him. It doesn't have big reactions, doesn't get busted up easily. Has nasty power in his kicks. Has an unbelievable chin. I'd say 70%, maybe 75%. I think Vera wins. Thank you for the $4.99, Lenny. Appreciate your $4.99, Lenny. I need to pay for this pay-per-view tomorrow, boys. Thank you, Lenny. Appreciate you, man. I hope I answered your question. Who's joining me tomorrow for the pay-per-view stream? Who is joining me tomorrow for the pay-per-view stream? I'm thinking about trying to stream the whole card for the first ever. Full card stream. Full card stream. It's just brutal. It's just so brutal. Sitting through every fight on stream. It's brutality. Patty won every round. It wasn't even close. Yeah, okay. You know your stuff, bro. I just subscribed. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for subscribing. I do these pre-fight streams before every single pay-per-view. Every Friday before pay-per-view. And I stream multiple times throughout the week, even without a pay-per-view going on. So, and I try to put out at least a video every other day. I even put out usually daily videos most of the time. So appreciate you. Grappling threat of Basil Hafez was him pulling 10 guillotines and having him on top. That is true. I wish we would have gotten your live reaction to Rose Carlo too. It would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious. Well, I started streaming the pay-per-views because I got more and more requests from it. So I started doing it. I hope it continues to grow. Honestly, what I'd like to do for pay-per-view streams, towards the end, we tend to get like 100 to 200 people, it seems, depending on the pay-per-view. I'd like that the whole way through. I'd like 100 to 200 the whole way through. So you guys got to start joining me for the live streams, for the pay-per-views. It was a close fight. Round 1 was close. No, it was not a close fight, in my opinion. It's a competitive fight. It was not close. Do you think the ref will punish O'Malley for his cage grabs? No. I hope O'Malley loses like fingers locking him in the cage. What's going on, Joey? How do you think your picks do tomorrow? I'm going to say there's 12 total fights, not 13. I want the clean sweep, but I'm going to say I'm going to go 10-2. I'm going to go 10-2. I'm confident in my picks tomorrow. I'm going to go 10-2. Well, about the streams? No. Do you miss watching the fights and not streaming? I mean, I'm still watching the fights. I need to get an OLED monitor. That's what I need to do. An OLED monitor is far better picture quality. Once I get an OLED monitor, it won't really be that big of a deal. It won't be that big of a deal. But I do miss just chilling for a little bit, but not... There's something exciting about jumping on stream for the fights, though. Especially a big card. What got canceled? No, I thought it was 13, but it was only 12. I think Aljo's probably the bantamweight GOAT. Maurice Green's about to fight. I'm not even watching. I wish we saw your Weidman knocking out Silva. Oh, God. I was devastated. You're getting 3 wrong on O'Malley and the tough fights. I hope I'm wrong on the Brad-Katona fight because Brad-Katona seems annoying as hell. What's a worse robbery, Jan versus Sean or Patty versus Gordon? Probably Jan versus Sean. They're very close, though. They're very close in level of robbery. They're very, very close in the level of robbery, I think. I think they're both 30-27s. And I think they're irrefutable 30-27s. So, I think had Sean not got the decision, there's not a single person who would have complained robbery. Did you see the Michael Morales fight step in to fight Ponzinibbio? Did he really? I did not see that. That's crazy. That's going to be interesting. Ponzinibbio being sacrificed to the young up-and-coming talent. That'll be sick. Aljo deserves some credit against Volk. No, dude. Aljo's not beating Volk. No way, shape, or form. It never happened. Joey, New Hampshire 603 in here. Walking home from work, checking in. Everyone hit the like button. Yeah, guys, like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Maurice posted on his IG back to war, so it might happen. Okay, so Days, now you're just making up shit again. Why do you even do that? You should just say, hey, this might happen because something they posted on Instagram. Not that it is happening. Volk would wreck Aljo badly. He wouldn't even be competitive. I have no desire to ever see Volkanovski versus Aljo. I have no desire to see it ever. It's just a shit fight. Volk easily wins that, in my opinion. Volk easily wins it. It's an easy win for Alexander Volkanovski. So, I don't know. We'll have to find out if it ever happens. I said might step in. No, you literally said you did. Amanda Lemos asking Sush use water. I'm going to drink all the water. Okay. Days with them water is wet. Breaking news. That is true. Volk would win for sure, but I'm more competitive than the main event of 292 in my opinion. Probably. We'll have to find out. What's worse, O'Malley getting carted off from leg kicks or Aljo DQ title win? I think O'Malley getting carted off from... I think there's a chance if Aljo could really control him on the ground, yeah. Do you think Blachowicz could beat any top 5 heavyweights? No. I think Jan Blachowicz is past his prime. I think he's past his prime. I think he's done for. Who do you think Renat fights? Because he already signed his next fight. I think it might be Brady at 294. I think they're offering him Wonderboy. I think we're going to get Renat Fakhretdinov versus Wonderboy Thompson as punishment. Imagine Volk DQ knee and Aljo on the ground. That'd be hilarious. Could you imagine? I want Garry to lose, but Magny is so damn useless. Why would you want Magny to beat Garry? Why would you want Magny to beat Garry? That's like so worthless in general. I never heard of a Neil Magny fan ever. Even Magny's son is rooting for Ian Garry. But I'm looking forward to seeing Renat Fakhretdinov return. Dude starched Kevin Holland. Bad. Dude starched him bad. Really, really bad. It was horrific. And Kevin... Did I say Kevin Holland? I meant Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee back to retirement. And I called that the second he got signed. I said UFC is going to build someone off of him like Renat Fakhretdinov. Did a video in January saying that. And oh my God, Renat just starched him. Neil Magny's your favorite? Okay. I wouldn't mind Wonderboy versus Kelvin, but Kelvin isn't going to make weight. Yeah, I mean, I don't want that. I want Wonderboy. Wonderboy has to fight a wrestler now. Hard to believe Neil Magny beat Jeff Neal, I know. Maybe Renat might fight Ponzinibbio. Who knows? Dude, I think Renat would beat Pons. What do you think is the worst title performance in UFC history? Juliana Pena against Amanda Nunes in the second fight. If not, a men's fight. I hate to say it, Rumble Johnson's performance against DC in the second fight is one of the worst. I swear to this day, I think he rigged the fight. I think he threw that fight. I think that's one of the very few times I'm convinced I saw a rigged fight. I think Rumble Johnson threw that fight intentionally. I think he bet against himself or had somebody he knows bet against him. He go watch that fight and you tell me Rumble Johnson didn't throw that fight. I said after that fight, I remember watching that night, I said I will never ever buy a Rumble Johnson pay-per-view ever again. If he's headlining, I'm not buying it. Refuse to buy it. Dude threw that fight intentionally. I hate to talk bad about him because he's gone. I miss him. He was a great fighter. He threw that fight against DC in the second fight. I think he had someone gambling against him. I've never seen the fight. What did he do that was so bad? So Rumble's primarily a striker with unbelievable power. They were kind of striking and Rumble was winning. All of a sudden, Rumble started initiating the grappling, okay? It would be like Conor outstriking Khabib and then Conor just clinching up against Khabib because he realizes he's winning. That would be the equivalent of nowadays, you know? That would be the equivalent. Would be shocked if UFC books Usman versus Wonderboy. I hope not. Honestly, so cruel by UFC feeding Kevin Leader or not. Hey, that's the sport, I guess. Who do you favor between Aljo and Sean? Aljo. I've never seen the fight. Okay, Red, that just made my picks. Congrats, Fight Life. We'll see how you do. Who knows? You might do better than me tomorrow, and you can have, it can be the best night of your life again. It can be the best night of your life. Is there anyone from SoCal on the card? I know you probably picked them. I know you picked them. Looks like people are locking in their picks. Derek's Hairline locked in his picks. JJ Smoke locking in his picks. Everyone got their picks locked in, raring to go. Has the main card started? The card's already over, dude. Sean O'Malley won via brutal KO. Brutal KO. For 10-second KO. And Weili Zhang got flying triangled in the 5th round of a fight she was winning. I don't make much picks on the prelims. Is it more unpredictable? It depends on the card. Depends on the card. Didn't Rumble break DC's nose? I don't remember. But if you watch that second fight, dude, it was garbage. He threw away that fight intentionally, I swear on my life. And I'll die on that hill. Isn't it crazy Rumble was a favorite in both fights? I did not know that. I did not know that. Rumble was one of the scariest fighters with his unbelievable KO power. Honestly, I'm rooting for O'Malley, as crazy as it sounds. Fair enough. Cut D-Rod. Agreed. Every time UFC books a notable name like Ponzi and D-Rod, they want one of them to get a win so they can build a star in their next fight. Pretty much, they're like the guys who are, let's build a name off of them because they somewhat have a name. Who would you favor between Cejudo versus Merab and Sandhagen? I'd favor Merab over Cejudo, and I favor Sandhagen over Cejudo. So Cejudo ruined his career. He sat out for 3 years, missed the prime of his life, and is going to end up broke and looking for a new job in the next couple of years. I agree with Henry, and I believe Aljo takes Sean down against the cage, and it's a wrap. 100%. 100%. 150% for sure. It's done. If Aljo gets him down, especially early, it's over. It's over. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. You do any fishing at all this summer? Yes, but not recently. Like early summer. I just haven't had a lot of time. My buddy has a boat. We went out on his boat. I want to go again soon, but just haven't had a lot of time. I'd like to. I used to go fishing religiously. Like every second I have. As much as I spend on the channel now is what I used to do fishing. Cut Cejudo too? Yeah, cut Cejudo, cut everyone. Cut Wonderboy. Honestly, D-Rod only got a name because of 279 drama. I don't even think D-Rod has a name. How does Aljo flare up against TJ Cruz and Cejudo all in their prime? I think he loses to TJ and Cruz and beats... I think he loses all of them. That's crazy as it sounds. Yeah, Sean rushed his title shot. DJ's the real good. I believe he rushed the Yan fight too, but he's his own manager. You think Rumble could take Hill or Yuri? I would take Rumble over both Hill and Yuri. Prime Rumble. What y'all catch? I do a lot of fishing living in Florida. Rockfish, catfish. Joe, do you go clubbing? Yeah, I go clubbing all right, but my version of clubbing is walking around with a shillelagh, just beating people and robbing them. Haven't been able to go since June. Weather has been too hot or stormy. Yeah, I haven't been playing disc golf at all because it's been like 100 degrees every day pretty much for the last like month. So I just been grinding on the YouTube channel when I'm home. Tomorrow it's supposed to be not too bad, but I'm not going to do anything because I got to stay up all night. I got to stay up all night for the stream. Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 83. I'd like to go like early tomorrow, but that's not going to happen. Do you think Prime Renan Barao could be a ranked bantamweight today? Yes, he definitely would be. You think Sean will end up like the bantamweight version of Darren Till? Probably. Freshwater, saltwater. Usually saltwater, but I do both. Who do you think wins, Jan or Cejudo, if the fight happens? Jan. Weather's dog shit. Fair enough. Still my boy. Okay, you sent the message 100 times now. By the way, I don't know if you've seen, but we're about to get hit by a hurricane this weekend here in SoCal. Are you really? I did not see that. How bad is it supposed to be? That's a rarity, right? Hopefully you don't lose your power for the event. I'd be heated. If I had to sit with no power and not be able to watch the fights, I'd be pissed. I'd be absolutely pissed. Mainly salt here in Florida. Yeah, I want to do some fishing in Florida. That'd be fun. Hurricane Hillary, why during UFC 292? Is that what the name of it is for real? That's an interesting name. Rolls off the tongue. I'll never forget we never got Dominic Cruz versus Renan Barão. Renan Barão was like the interim champion for like 2 years. And he was supposed to fight Dominic Cruz and it just never happened. Just never happened. You had Renan Barão defending the interim belt. Dude fell off a cliff. He's 36 now. TJ took his life. He won the interim champion in July of 2012. Defended the interim champion. Defended the interim champion. Oh, he was undisputed champion. Okay. Finally, they elevated him to the Bantamweight Championship. He defended it once. And then he lost to TJ. That's crazy. Imagine this. Dude went 32-1. He went 32-1. And since then, now he's 34-9. That's crazy. Lost 9 out of 11 after going 32-1. Only lost his MMA debut. Hasn't fought in 4 years. Did he retire? That's crazy. He fell off a cliff. He fell off a cliff. Super rare. It shouldn't be bad. It's supposed to downgrade to a tropical storm, but to be honest, I have no idea how it could be. That's interesting. I did not know. I heard of a hurricane dude in Florida. We always get hit one time and we're without power for 3 weeks. 3 weeks? Damn. That sucks. We're supposed to lose internet in this storm tomorrow in SoCal. That sucks. I'd be heated. I'd be absolutely heated. Did you hear about the UFC lawsuit? I don't hear a lot of media companies talking about it. Yes, I talk about it in depth in one of my recent live streams. Let me tell you which one it is. It's on the channel. It is titled... Where's it at? It's Live Chat 121. It's 8 days ago. Live Chat 121. It's on the channel. But yes, I've heard of it. Remember Weidman's fall off 13-0 to 15-6. That is crazy. 11-0 to 13-5. And getting finished in a lot of those. Dude, Renan Barão is really bad. To go from 32-1 to 34-9. Damn, that's horrific. To lose 9 out of 11 after going 32 and he won 32 fights straight. Then lost one, won one, lost one, lost one, won one, lost. He's on a 5-fight losing streak currently. Lost 7. Oh my goodness. Lost 7 out of his last 8. Jesus. That's horrific. Look at Tony, dude, to go from like a 13-fight winning streak to what, 6-fight losing? That's really, really bad. 25-3 to 25-9. Yeah, Tony's makes me super depressed. Tony's makes me super depressed. Really super depressing. I don't get it. But it is the way it is, I guess. There's nothing you can do about it. What are you going to do? That's just the sport. We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen time and time again. Guys just fall off. The young eat the old. And people don't know when to hang it up. People genuinely don't know when to hang it up. And it's super depressing. You go back in time and have Anderson retire after the second Weidman fight. Never would have popped for steroids and would have avoided a ton of losses. I wish he would have retired before the first Weidman fight. That'd have been better. I think we lose power Sunday, but might lose it at like 11 p.m. Saturday. Hopefully it shuts off after 292. It shuts off. Dude, I'd be heated. USADA ruined Barral? Seems like it. Are you a fan of soccer? No, I'm not. I don't know anything about soccer. I'm going to cry if I have to watch Patty choke Tony out. Oh, my goodness. Why would you even say such a thing? I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I'll slap Dana Mexico style if he books Tony Pat. Dude, if he books Tony Patty, we need some type of retribution. I don't want to make any threats online. But we're going to need some retribution. If he books Tony versus Patty. Hold on 1 second. What is this? Hold on. You guys want to see something crazy? All right, boys, I'm back. I'm back. If you guys haven't yet liked the stream, do me a favor, like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. That's funny. That is funny. Someone said, yeah, they could see me. Click, click, click. Joey thinks he's slick. We see him. John Jones Funko reappeared. There you go. There you go. The real question is, how long should we go tonight? How long should we go? I know the length dictates the amount of pleasure you guys get. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll hit 2 hours. Maybe we'll hit the 2 hour mark today. What do you guys think? Scale from 1 to 10. Scale from 1 to 10. How excited are you for UFC 292? Stream until the end of 292? I don't even think you can do that. How long can you stream on YouTube? Only 12 hours long. Oh, it only saves 12 hours. So if you stream for longer than 12 hours, it won't be eligible for viewing. If your stream exceeds 12 hours, it may not be captured at all. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Let's go until 292. This card is mid, but I'm not going to lie. I'm excited. I'm excited. No shirt change. 292 ain't mid. It's all right. I give it a 4.5 out of 10. 11, 7 out of 10. 5, 9.5. 8 out of 10, 4.5, so you're with me. 20 if O'Malley gets KO'd, 292. Okay, 9 out of 10. What do you think of the JDM Holland matchup? I think it's an interesting matchup. Not great, not horrible. I'm kind of looking forward to it. But nothing crazy. 4 out of 10. Joey, any TV shows at the moment? Yeah, I'm not watching anything, dude. I don't got no time to watch anything. Nothing. If I have any free time, I'm either just chilling, taking a nap, just chilling, relaxing, or I'm on YouTube. And most of the time, I'm on YouTube. Making thumbnails, making video ideas, making whatever I need to make, editing, recording. So, that's it. Pretty much, that's what I'm doing. Working on YouTube. I've been up since roughly 4 o'clock this morning. So, been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm a little bit tired tonight, but not too tired. So, how many naps do you take it throughout the day? I haven't taken any today, but usually one. What do you think of JDM Holland? I'm going Holland in that one, but I might change my mind. But yeah, I haven't watched any TV shows. I haven't watched any movies. Really wanted Jeff Neal. Yeah, I wanted Jeff Neal versus Ian Garry as well. It was a much better fight, in my opinion. Was a significantly better fight, in my opinion. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes, though. The other night, I can't remember what night it was. I got some decent sleep. I got like 7 hours. And I felt good. I'd be shocked if Sean can survive to a decision. If he does, though, we could see a brutal robber. Imagine if Aljo wins 50-45 and they rob him. And they go like 48-47 for Sean. Imagine what a trap. It would probably make me stop watching the sport. I think in a few days I get my 12-month badge. Fair enough. That's awesome, Billy. Thank you for your support. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. If anybody wants to become a member, you get extra live streams, access to extra live stream replays. For now, you get extra behind-the-scenes stuff. You get members Discord. Link is in the description. Boys. If you care to join. It's a great way to support the channel. It costs $3. It costs $3 buckaroons. So if you care, and you get a loyalty badge next to your name, and you get extra emojis to use in the chat. So I mean, it's worth every penny. Look at these. You get Hamza, DC, Sean. I expect to see quite a few of these tomorrow. Please kidnap Saldi Amato and Chris Lee. I need to. If Aljo takes the fight to the ground, it's done for Sean. I agree. I don't think he'll be able to get up. And if he does, he's going to give up his back. The people are Team Aljo. I wonder what the Tapology pick percentage is. I haven't looked at that. Let me go take a look. Oh my god, dumbass PFL. I would say it's got to be 75, 25, 80, 20. 71 to 29. All right, I'm going to say Weili Zhang, 90%. I'm going to say 95% for Weili Zhang. 92%. I'm pretty good at guessing the top. I feel like I got a good vibe on the pick percentages. I'm going to say for Ian Garry versus Neil Magny, I'm going to say 85-15. 90 to 10. So pretty close, eh? Pretty close. Mario Batista, Damon Blackshear. I'm going to say 60-40 for Batista. I'm going to say 70-30 for Batista. 76 to 24. Pretty close. Marlon Vera, Pedro Munhoz. I'm going to say 75 to 25 for Vera. 78 for Vera. I can guess these. You can easily pick up in the community who's picking who. For Chris Weidman, Brad Tavares, that's a tough one to really choose. I'm going to say 70% is going Brad Tavares. 71. I'm good at calling these. I'm telling you. I got a good pulse on the MMA community and who they're picking. How nice would it be to see Sean's head turn red and tap? Be enjoyable. We going to stream for TKZ Holloway next weekend? No, I don't, probably not. Maybe. I'll probably be up, but no one's going to come to the stream, dude. It's going to be annoying. So, like, I don't want to do a stream that nobody's coming to. What's up, Joey? Ready for tomorrow night? I am. I hope you are. Not MMA related, but Edge retired today. He was still wrestling? Pedro has a good chance against Cheeto. I think he has an okay chance. I don't think he has a good chance. I think he has a good chance, but I think he has a decent chance. Damn, so everyone's picking with me basically on Tapology. Basically. Like I'm picking the favorites, I guess, is the better way to say it. You see Pedro was baked today? I did not. I can't believe Edge was still wrestling. Edge, WWE. How old is he? He's only 49. So, damn, back in like... when he first started, he was like, what, in his mid-20s? Oh, my God, he looks old. Damn, he got old. I haven't seen what he looks like in years. Damn, that's sad. You can see the wear and tear their bodies take by just looking at some of these old guys. I'm going to search WWE 2001. Damn, that's crazy. Dude, Edge was jacked back in the day. I feel like everyone always liked Edge, at least from what I remember. It's weird seeing these guys that I didn't realize they stuck around for so long. That's got to be tough for him, though, to pack it up after so many years. Pedro just doesn't get KO'd, and Cheeto is slow start and goes for the KO, so that's why I give him a chance. Fair enough. Ric Flair had a... How old's Ric Flair? He was old when I used to watch when I was a kid. He's 74 years old and he was wrestling? Damn, that's wild. That is wild. Dude's been around forever. Dude's been around forever. He's been wrestling since when? I can't even read through his Wikipedia page is so long. That's got to be sad though. Like if they really enjoy that. And they get old. Damn, he was jacked back in the day. I wonder what it was like watching him back in the day. Looks old as shit now. He's been wrestling since the 70s. Has been divorced like 5 times. That's why he has to wrestle. They're all on steroids too. I watched the video that you made about Tony. It does scare me he might snap like Benoit. I know, dude. I know. Nothing shows what can happen to wrestlers like Chris Benoit thing. Damn. I hope that doesn't happen. Jeff Hardy was the shit. Isn't he still wrestling? Weidman hasn't been competitive middleweight in over 5 years. I can't believe people think he can be competitive. Yeah, unless he improved in his time off, which I find it hard to believe. I don't think so. I don't think he gets it done. Have you seen John Cena recently? He looks old. No, I haven't watched anything. I literally don't watch anything. I wish I could stress to the extent that I literally watch nothing. I'm basically, outside of what you guys see me do on YouTube and on Twitter, I'm like disconnected almost from the internet. I'm disconnected from TV. I don't watch any TV. Unless there's some big Netflix show or something crazy that comes out. But even that I haven't really been paying attention to. I'm just completely disconnected. Hot take, Aljo would 44 Volk, so he would lose. Okay. Lost tons of muscles. That's crazy. I feel like those guys just stick around for so long. That's a stupid take. That's not even a hot take. That's just stupid. Is Connor Chandler getting announced soon? No. Nope. And if it does, it's not happening until next year, I think. I think it's not happening until next year. Jerry's about to catch a timeout for that dumb shit. Dude's just making up hot takes to make up hot takes. That shit's embarrassing. That shit's embarrassing, boys. I really think it is. I really think it is. McGregor will KO Chandler. He's never going to fight him. So how is he going to KO him? I can't wait for 294. That shit is so stacked. I know. Let me go look up that card real quick. UFC 294. What a beauty. Of course, Tapology has a shit search feature. Oh, it's coming on early, too. Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira, 2. Paulo Costa versus Hamzat Chimaev. Nasruddin Amavov versus Ikram Aliskerov. Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. Tim Elliott versus Mohamed Makayev. Cedriquez Dumas versus Abu Azaitar. Jinyu Frey versus Victoria Dudakova. Ew! Bruno Silva versus Shera Budin Magomedov. That's a filthy, 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 filthy card. That's a filthy card. If you stream next weekend's card, I'll join. I'm probably not going to. Not because I won't be up, because I will be up. But I'm going to get like 4 people to join. It's just not worth my time. It's not worth my time. Did you see Ian Garry doing an open? I don't know what you mean. Jerry, that's 10 push-ups for that take. What do you think card's better, MSG or Abu Dhabi? Abu Dhabi. What's your thoughts on Ian Garry recently? I feel like he went from a Conor McGregor fanboy to being Conor McGregor clone, at least on the mic. He was obnoxious this last week. I only seen clips, so I didn't find him that obnoxious. I think people just don't like him because he has an Irish accent, and they're like, oh, he's trying to be Conor too hard. From what I've seen, the shit talking he was doing was decent, I thought. But I haven't seen it in full, so I can't speak on it. You see Ian Garry doing an open workout right now at an Irish bar? I did not see that. I have not seen that. Bro, that's the most skilled card if it stays together. I hope it stays together. I just hate that it's in the middle of the day. I hate that it's in the middle of the day. Those ruin cards for me. Ruin cards. Why do we got to watch it at 2 p.m. in the afternoon? It's just a shit show. It's just a shit show. I don't want to watch it. And it just throws off my whole day. It throws off my whole day. Let's look up UFC 292 poster. All right, look for a thumbnail for tomorrow. Ew. Why is it always hard to find the poster for some reason? They make it difficult to find. Guess it's going to be that. I think I'm just going to stop tweaking the posters at all and just... UFC returns to Boston. Ugh, that one's ugly. That one's actually not bad. Let me save this one. I'm looking for a good variation of the poster. That's actually a good one. ESPN press room. Damn, I'm finding a couple. There's so many variations of the poster, it's unreal. So many different variations. Well, why doesn't it have that one in high res? Dude, Neil Magny's hairline is so bad. So bad. I hate how we have to cater to oil dwellers in UAE. I don't know what you mean, but sure. I know what you mean. They're paying a lot. They're paying a lot of money to get it on at the time. Thoughts on the Ian Garry, Neil Magny situation? I agree with Ian Garry. Dude's bragging about beating his kids. That's the weirdest flex ever. So I'm glad Ian Garry called him out for it. Anybody defending him is just a weirdo. Dude's flexing about beating his kids. I hope someone calls Child Protective Services on him. I hope someone calls Child Protective Services on him. The commentary tomorrow is going to be absolutely atrocious. Agreed. I would laugh my ass off if Child Protective Services did an investigation and Neil Magny got in trouble for that shit. I would laugh my ass off. I hate the Abu Dhabi cards. Arena feels like a gym and it starts at 9 a.m. I also hate that it's like particular hot there. So they don't have AC. Or at least in some of them they don't. And therefore people gas out quicker. The commentary is going to be really bad tomorrow. The commentary is going to be unbelievably bad tomorrow. I agree with you 100%, Andy. What are your guys' thoughts on the Ian Garry situation? Members only live stream on Discord where we all take turns calling CPS on Neil. I'm not. We should. It'd be hilarious. It'd be hilarious. Dudes, imagine going to a press conference, yeah. Like this is Neil Magny, ready? This is Neil Magny. Hold on. This is Neil Magny. So this is Neil Magny sitting down at a UFC presser. First question. Anybody got the first question? Yeah, Neil, how are you training for this fight? Well, I really enjoy beating the shit out of my young kids. And that's how I prepare to take on Ian Garry tonight, okay? Every single day I become accustomed. I just wake up, beat the shit out of my kids, go to bed, wake up again, beat the shit out of my kids. And, I think I'm really prepared because, I push my kids up against the fence and I dirty box them to a 29-28 decision. I think I'm prepared to go out there and take on Ian Garry. He's young. My kids are young. So I beat the shit out of my kids. So I can definitely beat the shit out of Ian Garry. And I'm bragging about it at a press conference. Look at me. My name's Neil Magny. Look at me. I'm bragging about beating my kids at a press conference. Don't call Child Protective Services on me. I'm just bragging about it. That's Neil Magny right there for you. That's Neil Magny for you, bro. That's him. Jack, it's your turn to call go. He'll beat Jack's ass too. I could see 3-4 rear naked chokes finishes tomorrow. Me too. I agree with you. It's possible. No way he said all that. Yeah, he said, yeah, I whoop my kid's ass every night. I'm in the greatest shape of my life. I'm in the greatest shape of my life. I literally whoop my kids' asses 3 times a day. 3 times a day. Now he didn't say that. He didn't say those exact words, but I was just doing a dramatization. Brendan Allen is a weirdo too, trying to brag about whooping his kids. I know. Brendan Allen's, and dude, people are co-signing this shit. People are co-signing this. People are co-signing this. And if he's saying, my question is, if he's saying that in public at a press conference, what is actually going on behind closed doors? I want him investigated. I want Neil Magny investigated. I want somebody to call Child Protective Services. Child Protective Services may take his kids away from him just for passing down that hairline alone. Okay? So, he's already walking on eggshells. And on top of that, he's 29, 28 decision in his kids in training camp. Yeah, I think Neil Magny needs to be investigated. I hope he is. He's probably on that Adrian Peterson type shit. He's probably on that Adrian Peterson. His kids are going to grow up. I think he has a son. If his son grows up, it's going to end up killing him. He's like, not only did you beat me as a kid, you also passed me down your hairline. I hate you, Dad. I hate you. I didn't think what he said was that bad. Okay. I mean, either way, dude's bragging about beating his kids to a press conference. I don't care what words he used to say it. It's embarrassing. O'Malley looks scared tonight. I don't think O'Malley's sure of himself, to be honest. I don't think O'Malley's sure of himself at all. Okay, read that. Magny took payback for his hair loss. There you go. To be fair, most fighters aren't really the brightest for most moral people. I just can't believe people are co-signing it. Like, there's so many people like, yeah, society's full of a bunch of pussies nowadays. We really got to beat our kids to show our dominance. We're such badasses. We train in the gym every day and lift weights, and these kids need beatings. No, you need to learn how to parent your kid, I guess. You need to look into that. You need to do some research. Because if the only way for you to communicate with a young child is to put your hands on it in a physically violent manner to cause them inflict pain, regardless of how significant that pain is, then I think it's a bit of an embarrassment. I just think it's weird to even brag about. Like, okay, if you maybe spank your kid once in a while or whatever, I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's one thing. Okay, that's one group. Okay, don't agree with it, but okay. To then do that, maybe worse than that, and then go to a UFC presser and say, "Yeah, I'm really used to beating my son's ass, so I'm ready for this fight. I'm in peak physical condition. Because you know what? My son looks like Calvin Kattar after the Max Holloway fight. But hell, I'm ready to go against Ian Garry." O'Malley seems so unconfident, similar to Gaethje when he fought Habib. Agreed. Any media member who co-signs Neil and Brendan Allen should be embarrassed and never allowed to watch MMA again. Agreed. Ian literally used Connor's gimmick lines word for word. Did not say it. I mean, what Neil said wasn't that bad. I mean, he's more like spanking, not 10-8 in your child. It doesn't matter what he meant, dude. Dude's bragging about beating his children. He said, I'm giving them a life lesson whooping. So, do any fighters watch your channel? I don't know, dude. I have no clue. Maybe. If you're a fighter watching the channel, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. The problem with hitting your kids... Okay, you retracted it. I don't know what it said now. Have any of the Abu Dhabi cards ever lived up to the hype? I think 267 was really good. I think 267 was good, if I remember correctly. That was Jan Glover, Hamzat versus Li Jingliang. Piotr Jan versus Corey Sandhagen. O'Malley keeps saying in interviews, I can't let him take me down. Like he doesn't have a plan if he does. I don't think O'Malley's confident. I'm with you. I don't think O'Malley's confident. You're blowing it out of proportion. It's legit super cringe. How am I blowing out? I'm not misrepresenting it at all. Dude's bragging about beating his kids at a press conference. That's his prerogative. Oh, because I said, I'm not a fan of it. I'm blowing it out of proportion. Yeah, I want him jailed, and I want him. You know what? I want him jailed, and I want him fined, and I want his kids taken away, and I want him to get fired from it. I'm not saying all that, dude. Calm down. I'm blowing it out of proportion. What a weirdo. O'Malley said that, hey, it's me, Connor, struggling. I need a $200 payment on my PayPal. Dude, I can't believe it's already UFC 292. Do you have any animals? Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, Neil Magny's going to show up to the next presser. He's going to brag about beating his animals. Let me tweet that out. I wonder if during the pre-fight presser for Neil Magny's next fight, he's going to brag about beating his animals. If you're on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, go retweet it. Go retweet it. Go tag Neil Magny in it. Respond to my tweet and tag Neil Magny if he has a Twitter. Just like the Holly situation, you're tripping. I don't even know what that means. Do you watch Bedtime MMA? No. Never heard of it. Actually, I think I've seen him in the chat before. But no, I haven't seen him. You make it seem like he truly meant that punching kids 10-8. Yeah, I don't know what he meant. All I know is he's bragging about beating his kids. That's all I've said. Any thoughts on what UFC 300 might look like? I believe it will be Israel Adesanya versus Hamzat Chimaev if Hamzat Chimaev wins. If not, it'll probably be Israel Adesanya maybe going up to 205 if Alex Pereira is the champ. If not, maybe Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis. If not, maybe John Jones versus somebody. If not, maybe Conor versus Chandler. If not, maybe Hamzat versus somebody for a title. I don't know what it could be. Could be anything. We've went 2 hours, boys. We made it to the 2 hour mark. That's crazy. I can't believe we already got to UFC 292. Uppercuts are perfect for when Aljo gets down on all fours. Dude, I want Aljo to pay for that one day. I want him to pay for that one day. What's the worst card of the year? Probably Mackenzie Dern versus Angela Hill, I would say. Magny will probably win tomorrow like Donald Cerrone when Donald Cerrone fought Alex Hernandez. We'll see. I don't think Neil Magny wins. UFC 300 will be DDP, Izzy, O'Malley, Sandhagen, Merab for the belt, and Moreno versus Pantoja 3 title fights. We'll see. I think they will do 3 title fights on that card. It's just a matter of what 3 title fights they will do, and it's hard to tell. But it's not that far away. It's only like 6 months away. So, that's crazy. We are roughly, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're 7 months away. We're 7 months away from UFC 300. 7 months ago was Jamal Hill versus Glover Teixeira. So we're as far from Jamal Hill and Glover as we are to UFC 300. That's as far in the past as we are from the future of UFC 300. That's craziness. Do you think Volk fights Ilya before the end of the year? I'm going to say yes, but maybe not. Did you see Dana White's Contender Series? I did not. I didn't watch any Dana White's Contender Series. Would you be mad if they do Cheetah Sean? Cheeto Sean win and they do Sean Cheeto 2 for the belt? Yes, that's egregious. Dude, I hope Aljo doesn't go on all fours. I hate seeing that. That's just embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. Jack made it. Jack made it to the chat. Welcome, 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 Jack. Happy to have you, my friend. We're here just talking about UFC 292 picks. We're talking about UFC 292 picks and Neil Magny beating his kids and bragging about it at a press conference. Jack, what's your take on Neil Magny bragging about beating his kids? Some people in the chat are getting offended that I said I'm not a fan of it. Why does nobody just soccer kick Aljo in the shoulder? I wish somebody would just soccer kick him right up the middle and get DQ'd. I don't care. Just flatline him. And then call yourself the real champion afterwards. If I was Sean O'Malley, there's no way the UFC's cutting him. I soccer kick KO him, and then I claim that I'm the champ. I'm saying he's a pussy. He's down on all fours. He's down on his knees on all fours for another grown man during a fight. I had every right to soccer kick him. I'm the true champ. I KO'd him. Look at our last fight. You tell me who won. That would be hilarious. I'd become an O'Malley fan if he did that. If he took the blatant DQ and called himself the real champ, that would be hilarious. F Neil Magny, believe in disciplining your kids. But what did Neil do and say on the press? He was just bragging about whooping his kids. Let's pray O'Malley has been drilling those uppercuts to nail Aljo hard when he stays on his knees like he always does. I don't think he will be on his knees because Aljo's only on his knees when people can defend the takedowns. I don't think Sean O'Malley's going to be able to defend the takedowns. I think he's going to get pushed up against the fence, body lock, dragged to the takedown. O'Malley might get his back to the fence, start shimmying back up, give up his back. I can't ever pick a champ in a fight that goes down on all fours purposely. Dude, he's getting down on his knees. I hope Magny's kids grow up and have a great hairline and make their dad jealous. If Aljo goes down on all fours, Sean should just be yeah, he should just pelvic thrust him. Just palm the back of Aljo's head, just start pelvic thrusting him. That'd be hilarious. Why has nobody thought of that? I'm telling you, that's what Sean should do. Just palm the back of Aljo's head and just start thrusting at him. That's too far, bro. Have you seen the alpha takedown percentage? I don't know what that means. Aljo takedown percentage? No, I have not. So if you had a kid, he needs to be disciplined. What are you doing? Also, I need to get your tweet post. Also, now I get the tweet you posted about discipline to 29, 28. I would never beat my kids. Never, ever beat my kids. You can easily punish your kids without hitting them. And studies show it's worthless to even beat your kids anyway. I would never beat my kids. Like, if you mean beat your kids, like, okay, if your kid's like 20 years old and stealing from you and you got to square up with them, that's one thing. But you're beating your younger kids? Absolutely not. Sean should put a Dontel Maze on him. Yeah, Sean should pull a Dontel Maze. Imagine if Aljo's on all four. O'Malley just palms the back of his head, starts thrusting at the air, and then illegally knee KOs him. I would literally advocate for Aljo getting stripped of the belt, and then you bestow it upon O'Malley. I don't care what the rules say. If I'm Sean and I see Aljo on all fours, I'm pulling out the Gaethje Rolling Thunder. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? The Rolling Thunder. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Aljo on all fours because he's only on all fours when he's getting stuffed. I don't think O'Malley can stuff the takedowns. I think he'll end up in the body lock position, get dragged down quick. Get dragged down quick. I swear. I'm not going to lie. After all this, if O'Malley wins tomorrow, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. I'm be annoyed tomorrow. That's going to be the first time in a bit. Outside of robberies, if he just wins because he wins, I'm going to be actually annoyed. Imagine if Aljo O'Malley's the same as Hamzat Holland. I want it quicker. Dude, don't ever say, if you don't know, now you know. That's such the corniest shit. O'Malley wins by TQ, but then gets stretchered out. With the belt around his waist, he gets stretchered out. I got a feeling it's going to be like Aljo versus Dillashaw, except more embarrassing because O'Malley isn't crippled. I hope so. I hope so. I like how Sean is honest about how good Aljo is instead of saying like, oh, I KO. Well, he's saying that. I think he's saying that because he thinks he's going to lose. He thinks he's going to lose, so he wants to hype him up, but also to make the win look better if he does win. At this point, do you believe they boo Aljo because they think it's cool to do so? Yeah, pretty much. Only way I change my mind on Aljo is if he gets Sean to get stretchered out with no serious injuries again. I would legit die laughing. Dude, if O'Malley gets stretchered out of the cage with no serious injuries, I will laugh my ass off for 2 hours. I literally won't be able to record a post-fight. If he gets stretchered out again with no serious injuries, I will literally shit myself laughing on stream. I will shit myself laughing on stream. That'd be the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Dude's going to be on the stretcher just getting carted out, and he has no real injuries. Dude got carted out. Dude really got carted out with no serious injuries. That's funny. That's really funny. I just got to spam that in the chat for a second. Dude had no injuries. He had a numb leg and got carted out. That's funny. This is one of those few fights where I'll be genuinely happy if either dude wins. I hope the MMA gods that Aljo absolutely embarrasses O'Malley. Can't stand the hype train. Same with Magny and Ian Garry. Garry can't get his own personality. I'm rooting for Garry. I'm rooting for Aljo. I was originally rooting for O'Malley because I couldn't stand Aljo, but I feel bad. They're trying to sabotage him. Dude, I hope Aljo just pulls the Sandhagen treatment. Think about this. Think about this, guys. I want you to think about this. Sean O'Malley ate one leg kick, okay? Suffered no serious injuries. And he got out of the cage the same way Chris Weidman did when he fought Uriah Hall. Think about that. They took the same path out of the cage. They took the same path out of the cage. Dude got wheeled out like he was a Civil War casualty. It's crazy to me. Let me tweet that out. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that Chris Weidman. Hold on. It's crazy to me that Sean O'Malley took the same ride backstage against Marlon Vera that Chris Weidman did against Uriah Hall. If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. It's crazy to me that Sean O'Malley took the same ride backstage after his fight with Marlon Vera that Chris Weidman did after fighting Uriah Hall. There we go. I think that's better. It's crazy to me that Sean O'Malley took the same ride backstage after his fight with Marlon Vera that Chris Weidman did after fighting Uriah Hall. Boom. That's true. They took the same ride. They took the same ride. Think about that. Dude literally looked like he was cosplaying the Civil War. Dude looked like he was cosplaying the Civil War. That's funny. Sandhagen versus Merab for vacant title after Aljo moves on. It wouldn't shock me if they give O'Malley another title shot. Even if he gets mauled by Aljo. Sean O'Malley gets KO'd by getting his... Dude, I would... If Aljo KO'd him on the feet... I'll tell you this right now. If O'Malley gets KO'd on the feet, it'll probably be the best reaction in channel history. It's going to be the best reaction. I may take my shirt off. I may take my pants off. I may get banned from YouTube. I may get banned from YouTube. I'm literally going to laugh so hard. My brain is literally going to explode. It'd be so funny. Watch O'Malley, Merab, UFC 300 for the vacant belt. No, absolutely not. I'm telling you right now. There's no way he'll fight Merab if he wins the belt, which is bullshit. Dude, if Aljo KOs him on the feet. Imagine Aljo KOs him with a jab like the Dominic Reyes Ryan Spann KO. That'd be the funniest shit ever. That'd be the funniest finish that could ever possibly happen. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I have to show my Luscious V on stream. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna pick up my keyboard. I'm just gonna throw it in the air. I'm just gonna start destroying my background, punching holes in the wall. I'm gonna drag my fiance in here by her hair while she's kicking and screaming. Put her in the Boston Crab. Push my computer over. I don't know why. So I got my PC sitting here on my desk, like it's off here to the side here. Like you can see the RGB. It's all blue. It's sitting like 3 inches, 2 inches from the edge of the desk. I constantly have an intrusive thought of just shoving it over. It's almost a $5,000 computer. I just have an intrusive thought of just shoving it as hard as I can off the desk. For some reason. I love tuning in to hear you talk about your Luscious V. Hey? Aljo via leg kick, dude, that'd be even funnier if Aljo leg kick TKOs him. I feel sorry for Aljo. My buddy trained with him over here in Dallas, and he said he couldn't be nicer. Sucks the UFC Dana and fans don't like him. Only makes me root for him more. Yeah, I mean, what happened was he pulled that Oscar award-winning performance. How far you joke about beating your girl? What? Boston Crab ain't beating her. I would walk out here to Here We Go Evil if Aljo pulled that off. Have they ever done 3 male championships on a fight card? I don't believe so. Maraba's not the champ only because Aljo's his buddy. As he said, post-fight after beating Jan, we know who the real champ is while looking at Aljo, who was his cornerman. That is crazy. Imagine he thinks he's better. If every single fight at UFC 292 is a draw, I will donate $1K on stream. No bullshit. Well, thanks for the empty promise, dude. That's never going to happen, ever. So, that's a bogus claim. Dumb claim. And you don't got 1K to your name days. Here we go, evil. Here we go. Crickets. Here we go, evil. Here we go. Crickets. So cringy. Shut up, Days, with your bullshit gift and membership ass motherfucker. I'm so glad they haven't done 3 titles one night for a while. Shit always drags. I don't mind it. I just hate how it ruins other cards. One thing for sure is Aljo needs to finish O'Malley or they'll rob him. Imagine if Aljo 50-44s him and they somehow rob him. Imagine that. Imagine that. Alexa, stop. Somehow my speaker just picked it up and was like, you want to play something? Marab versus Aljo would have been so cool to see. That'd have been interesting. Joe, your barber will no longer give you Magny cuts after what he said about his kids. Damon Jackson's are your only option. I know, dude. Neil Magny did me in. I would not fight with a moderator. I'm done. I'm done. Oh my goodness. That's funny. That is funny. Joey, I already told you this, but when my teacher brought up Dale Earnhardt, I almost shit my pants. What exactly did he say? What actually did he say? Dale Earnhardt, coming down, check Dale Earnhardt. Dude said, I'm not fighting with a mod. I'm not fighting with a mod, because otherwise, you're going down, buddy. You want some of this? You want some of this? Hanato is fighting Turner. Hanato Moyakano is going to lose to Jalen Turner, I believe. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't liked this stream yet, run up the likes on the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. And double check right this very second. Every single one of you. double check right now and make sure you are subscribed. We're trying to get to 12K soon. I would appreciate it, boys, if you could double check and make sure you're subscribed. It would mean the world to me, okay? It would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to Neil Magny and his kids. We were talking about why we have speed limits and if a normal person can handle 100 miles an hour versus a NASCAR driver. Then she said, do any of you know Dale Earnhardt? You should have said no, because he passed away at the Daytona 500. Have some fucking respect. Don't let him bully you, son. Tomorrow I become champ in Tapology competition and cement my... Dude doesn't even know how to spell cement. You ain't getting that belt now. I ain't giving you the belt on Discord either. Yo, Kuma's officially vacated. Breaking news. Kuma officially vacated. Let's see. Hold on 1 second, boys. I gotta do something. Let me do something right quick. Roles, server settings, roles. Boom. Let me make sure I did that right. Server settings, roles. Okay, boom. He's officially vacated. He's not joined. He disappeared off into the ether. No big deal. I'm not pressuring him or anything. He doesn't need to join if he doesn't want to. I thought he would join considering he was defending champ. But he's officially vacated. I just stripped him of the belt, actually. But he knew. He knew it was coming, so I'll call it vacated. But I basically just stripped him. He no longer has the belt. He did not sign up. Nope. I should have looked up to the sky and pointed and been like, rest in peace, Dale. Rest in peace, Dale. Use verdict? No, I use Tapology. Dude said cement with an S. Kuma has officially vacated. You like how I put the per sources at the end? Kuma said, I'm taking the money and I'm running out of here. I'm getting out of here rich. Dude said, I'm out of here. He put that down payment on a new car with that Tapology winnings. He said, nah, I'm out of here, boys. I'm out of here. But guys, we went 2 hours and 20 minutes. Almost 2.5 hours tonight. If you don't give me the belt, I'm going to on a Colby Covington rant like he did in 2019. What I need to start doing is giving the belt to whoever wins each week, regardless if we do the actual competition or not. Dude said I'm enacting my sunset clause. Kuma's out of here. Kuma's done. Oh, that's funny. Dude said he's knacking his sunset clause. I'm done. I should have looked up to this guy. Okay. That's it. I already read that. Alexa, stop. I don't know why my speaker keeps picking up something that I'm saying her name. Anyway, guys, I will be live for UFC 292 tomorrow. Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley. I'm going to try to get live about 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I want to be live for the majority of the card. I picked RoboCop. My entire UFC 292 playlist is down in the description. So if you care to go watch that, any of the content I've done, top 3 reasons I love UFC 292, top 3 reasons I hate UFC 292, how good is UFC 292, my O'Malley Sterling prediction, full breakdown of prediction. The UFC desperately wants Aljamain Sterling to lose to Sean O'Malley at UFC 292. All that good content, all of it is in a playlist, which is linked down in the description. So, Joe, would it be weird if I listened to the stream tomorrow at the event? No, it would be awesome, dude. You should pop in like one earbud and enjoy the crowd, but also listen to the stream as well. I think it'd be cool. Because you don't get any commentary at the event anyway, so. But it's up to you. Jack doesn't have the cash for the pay-per-view. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Like the stream on your way out. If you're watching the replay and you made it all the way to the end, comment down below Neil Magny's hairline. Okay? Neil Magny's hairline. Yeah, if you watched it all the way to the end, you watched the replay, comment that. Like it, subscribe. Appreciate you. Juliana Miller probably losing to a civilian was so funny. Keep it up. You're going to take over. Thank you. I'll be back live tomorrow night for UFC 292. Everyone in here better join me. I'll be live for the majority of the card. Set notifications up. Appreciate you guys. Like this stream on your way out, and good night.